My name is Michelle Lee, and I am a PhD candidate in sociology here at Northwestern. So typically I study refugee digital laborers, refugees who do digital work. And the thing is, when we talk about displacement, you can't adequately talk about that without addressing climate change, because that is one of the biggest either threat multipliers or causes of displacement. There are 120 million forcibly displaced persons globally. That is about 1.5, almost 2% of the world's population. And experts predict that with climate change and continued conflict, that number could reach over 1 billion. So the question of why should we care about this is, well, this impacts so much of the global population. It impacts people we know, and also it could happen to any of us, right? This is not a global South problem. We see with the LA wildfires, people are getting displaced in the States. We see it with the natural disasters, with Hurricane Katrina, etc. So displacement, I think, has often been characterized as maybe a global issue happening somewhere else, but the reality is that it's going to impact all of us either directly or indirectly. So it's very important to also understand potential solutions for how to either adapt to this, mitigate this, or just support those who are displaced by climate change. My biggest takeaway from COP29 is that it is a very overwhelming and chaotic space in which there are so many different actors and organizations trying to achieve different agendas. But nonetheless, it's also very inspiring to be in this space, because you do see people coming together under the banner of, climate change, and in my case, climate mobility. I was trying to target all the practitioners and attendees who are also interested in climate displacement or mobility. And so what that looks like is there are these pavilions where researchers, policymakers, and practitioners typically circulate around. So my focus was more on the pavilion events rather than the formal negotiations. And this is important because climate displacement is simply not mentioned in the negotiations very much. The work I do is inherently global and very interdisciplinary. And so I love that Buffett provides a way for me to also tap into the network with other global scholars. I'm interested in issues of migration, climate change, and technology, and these are all issues that people from other disciplines are working on as well.